Literally all it is just broadcasting. Just check something here. We're on. I know. Okay, let's go.
Shabbat Shalom. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to begin with a Nigun, so you don't need a book. You don't have to think about anything but preparing for Shabbos. So please join us. Shabbat Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom online. As you can see, we're not in our sanctuary this evening because Purim is this week and it's all set up ready for Purim. So I did not want to take it all down and put it all back up. And so we have this wonderful sort of community, nice and close, this beautiful space, this rotunda. If you look around it, you'll see all the Torah portions for the whole year on the upper one, and on the lower one are the holidays throughout the year. And so it's quite beautiful that way. And it should be, it's not Mishpatim, is it? No, it's not Mishpatim. It hasn't been moved. So we'll do that after the service, but it's good that I noticed that. Okay, and hello to everyone at home. I know the sound may feel a little different tonight, but it's also wonderful to be able to see you all this way very clearly. So a couple of announcements. One is you can pick up your Purim boxes, Purim baskets. They are in the chapel. They're in order, and not now, after the service, not now, and they'll also be here on Sunday, but there are extra ones, yes, and there are cookies, and yes, and so in the book of Esther, it commands people to give to at least two people these gifts after all of the fear of destruction, and after the Jews were saved, they sent these gifts to one another. That's what the boxes are all about. And they have great, what are they that you made? Not hamantashes, macaroons. The macaroons are amazing, as are all the things. All right, so for candles tonight, we would like to invite up Leslie Birnbaum and our Rabbi Emeritus, Bruce Cadden, for the honor of lighting candles. You can find it on page 3 and then page 2. So there's a reading on page 3 and then the lighting on page 2.
As these bright candles give light to all who behold them, so we do by our lives we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. I need direction. Wait. Yeah, here we go.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Not moving you back. We continue with Maya Hayom, how beautiful this Shabbat on page 14. Page 14. Actually, not page 14. No. Page 10. Page 10, the second paragraph down. Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Maya Hayom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Continue with Lachadodi as we welcome the bride of Shabbat on page 20 and 21. Page 20 and 21, we'll do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And on the 9th, we'll rise and we will welcome the bride. Hopefully nobody will walk through the doors. It has happened, but hopefully that won't happen tonight. So join with us. Verse 1. Shabor v'zachor v'dibror echad ish v'yadu v'elacham yuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem teferet v'nitiyah l'chadodi l'chadodi l'chad Shabbat לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה, לקראת שבת לבוא ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מהראשים ונצוחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תגיעה, לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה, לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה. התעוררי, כי באורי קום יורי, אורי, שיר נפרי, כמו אדוני החיים נגלה. לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה, לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה. בואי ושלום עטרת גלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, טוב אמוניה סגולה, בואי חלה, לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה, לחדוני לקראת גלה, בני שבת לקראת גלה. Before you sit, do say hello to the people in front or behind you. Wish each other a good Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay. Everybody can return to their seats. Thank you. Yes. All right. All right. We continue our service with Hatzi Kaddish. We're on page 26. Page 26, Hatzi Kaddish. The prayer that divides the first part of our service, the sort of warm-up of our prayers with the service proper. Page 26. Yitkada Shemei Yamadi Rakirte Yamlich Malkote Bechayekom Yomekom Ubechayekom Beit Yisrael Bagala Ubismad Karim Beimru Yesh Merabah Nevada Le'alam Ulam Me'amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitar V'yiromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei D'Kodesha Richu Le'elamiko V'chata V'shirata Tushkecha Kalnefemata Dami Yama Veimru. We rise for the formal call to worship, page 28, and face east, which is this way. Sure. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. And we turn and face each other. We remain standing, and we're going to continue on page 31 in the middle of the page. Join with us. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv HaElohim, on page 32. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam. Please be seated as we continue with the Ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha בכל דרכך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי בצלך היום על לבבך ושמתם לבבך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטפחות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם. As we continue to hear of the war in the Ukraine and wars around the world, we read at the top of 41 and then on page 40 for Michamo. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to be no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. In the middle of page 43, we read together in the English and then we'll sing the Hatimah, the seal of the prayer in the Hebrew. Join me. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haborei sukkah shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. We continue with Vishamru on the Shabbat, page 44 at the top of the page. Beini Bnei Yisrael, Oti Leolam, Oti Leolam. Shamru Bnei Yisrael, Et Shabbat, Lazor Et Shabbat, Et Olam. Ki Sheshet Yamim Asa Adonai, Et Hashamayim Ve'et Haaretz. Shamru Bnei Yisrael, Et Hashamayim, Lazor Et Hashamayim, Et Olam. Vayom Hashvi'i Shabbat Vayinafash, Shabbat Vayinafash, Shabbat Vayinafash. Shamru Bnei Yisrael, Et Shabbat, Lazor Et Shabbat, Et Olam. Shamru Bnei Yisrael, Et Shabbat, Lazor Et Shabbat, Et Olam. We continue with Tefillah, these multiple prayers beginning as we prepare for Tefillah of Odi Mahot, Kibbutz, Kedusha, on page 46. Please rise as we face east again. Adonai Sifataytitach Ufiya Kitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim תביא וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מחלל חיים בחסד מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מחלומות על גבורות ומדום אליו מלך מאית ומחייב ומצמיח ישועה ונאמנתה להחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים לכל יום יהללו הסלע ברוך אתה אדוני Remain facing east. I invite you to offer your own prayers to God or continue through the end of Tefillah, which is page 63, after which you can be seated. Page 62 at the bottom. Oseh shalom bibroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'amo Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bibroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'amo Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'amo Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'amo Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'amo Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'amo Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'amo Yisrael. Sounds so nice in here. We're going to continue with the Misha Be'erach prayer on page 253. This evening, page 253. The Misha Be'erach means, may the one who is the source, the one who is blessed, bless us and offer us refuah shlema, a complete recovery of body, of mind, and of spirit. And I invite you to raise your hands so that everybody can hear the names of those in our community and those who we are thinking of on this night, this week.
Roxanne and Richard Watkins, Monica and Jerry Samoas, Nicole Mintaman, Charles Watkins, and our own house neighbors.
My father, Glenn Goodman.
Glenn Cullen and Rob.
Joy Hankin, Trisha Haggerty, and Kim Morris.
Olivia Walter.
Quantity Go Phone, Mr. Mills, Sheldon Booger, Peters Booger.
Sam Green, and Mills Johnson.
Glenn Morrison, Diane Fleekstein.
Carolyn Hirschberger, Julia Josh.
And I'll add Sarah Rumbaugh and Stan, and all those who are struggling tonight in war on page 253, join together. May the source of strength, oh bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing, with grateful washing, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And we pause now for a moment of gratitude, and we see each week what simchaot, what good occasions have occurred, because life is short and the miracles are all around us all the time. And so we pause to see what things are happening in our community and with all of us. So if you have something, please raise a hand and speak loudly so they can hear you at home. Yes.
Two things. One, my cousin Victoria is visiting me this weekend, and so I'm so happy to spend time with her.
Welcome, Victoria.
And the other is that a story that I told back in 2005 with the Moth about going to Ukraine to find my grandmother's village is being podcast today on the Moth podcast. So I'm suddenly hearing from all these people from around, hearing the story that I told almost 20 years ago. So.
Wow. The story of the moth in Ukraine, and it is being on a podcast. How wonderful.
It's on NPR.
It's on NPR podcast. There you go. Yes, Val.
I'm crossing things off my to-do list.
You're crossing things off the to-do list. Very important.
My wife and I are getting ready to do an embryo transfer. And so today we got both of our blood works done, and we're both cleared for takeoff on doing the pregnancy thing. So
Mazel tov.
one more step in the right direction.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yes.
I got my tax refund paid off my credit card.
Very nice. Did you have one?
Yeah. So I lost my job last week, but then I applied for this job this afternoon. Just I found it out. And really nice man. They come in and say, "Can you come on Monday to an interview?" But basically, it's like
So you have this new job? Wonderful.
He wants to hire me anyway, so.
That's wonderful. Congratulations on the job. Yes. Yes, John.
I'm a little reluctant because you all have such big, one of the things, mine involves 2 loose hose clamps. Turns out that my major plumbing leak was just 2 loose hose clamps.
John, our handyman, has discovered the needs for the leaky hoses.
And our daughter has been in a new job for 2 weeks, and she loves it.
Mazel tov. Good job. And you have one.
I'm just happy that I'm doing good in golf, and I'm happy for Purim.
Good in golf and happy for Purim. Speaking of Purim, come up here for 1 second so they can see you online. There's like a little, yes, come this way. No, over here, over here. Yes. Purim is coming. It is very, very much coming. Yes, this is a little preview at Shabbos tonight. Yes, come. Good, wave. There you go. Yes, thank you.
And come and get your box.
Yes, get your boxes. I've been asked by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here, so don't forget your box before you leave. Okay, so a little bit about this week's Torah portion. So this week's Torah portion is Tetzaveh, meaning command, and the children of Israel are commanded to bring pure olive oil for the Ner Tamid. Not an easy thing. The pure oil was very hard to make. It wasn't just, we'll do this once and, crush it and boom, we're set. It was a very long process, and it was used in the constantly burning light above the sanctuary, the Ner Tamid. Aaron and his sons, Nadav, Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar, are chosen to serve as priests. God instructs Moses to make special clothing for the priests. That's in great detail. Aaron and his sons are ordained at a 7-day ceremony. And Aaron is commanded to burn incense on an acacia altar every morning and evening. So I wanted to talk about the word light. Have you ever gone through an iTunes collection and done a search for the word light? There are hundreds of songs that use the word light in the title. Shine a Light by the Rolling Stones. The Inner Lights by the Beatles. You Light Up My Life by Debbie Boone. And there is Light That Never Goes Out by the Smiths. These songs represent light in imagery, sunshine, fire, love, eternity. Light is clearly a fundamental theme in our popular culture. Light was also profound for our ancestors. They understood the cycles of the sun, the moon, day, and night. You'll notice that we say Ma'ariv Aravim, right? We move from the day to the night, right? And in the morning, Ahavat Olam, which is from the night to the day. And so every service that we have, we recognize this split, same on Shabbat and into the new week, right? So there are all these splits. The activities of the day would come to a cease after nightfall due to limits of light, of candlelight, and nighttime was a night of fear, evidenced by the words in the Hashkivenu prayer that we did this evening. Grant, O God, that we may lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. So the night was not this sense of, oh, thank goodness we can finally go to bed. It was that sense of, are we going to make it to the next day? It makes sense that the maintenance of the light used in the tabernacle was clearly defined, and that they came to see it as a metaphor for God. You shall further instruct the Israelites to bring you clear oil of beaten olives for lighting, for kindling lamps regularly, the Ner Tamid. Aaron and his sons shall set them up at the tent of the meeting, outside the curtain, the parochet, which is over the Ark of the Pact, to burn from evening to morning before the Eternal. It shall be due from the Israelites for all time throughout the ages. Eventually, the lampstand in the tabernacle became the Ner Tamid of today's sanctuaries. This light floats above the ark in most synagogues, serving as a visual, tangible reminder of God's presence. Some are still oil-burning lamps, but many are now electric or other styles. I've seen a neon one once. It was quite interesting, very modern. The whole place, of course, was very modern. And the presence of our beautiful eternal light that we've had from even when before the synagogue was built, that came along here is so beautiful. And it really draws me in when I'm standing in front of it at services. There's a part of us that needs a visual reminder of God's presence. In our times of drama, of darkness, of struggle, of pain, we are most likely to forget that there are many resources of light around us. Light wouldn't be such a universal symbol if it wasn't something that may elude each one of us at some point or another, and it's something that we want to yearn and move towards. The words Or Lagoyim, a light unto the nations, doesn't mean that we cast ourselves above other nations, but it says that we must dedicate ourselves to personifying the symbol of God's light in the world, which I think is a beautiful, beautiful Jewish concept. Chaim Stern writes, the Rishner Rebbe said, let your light penetrate the darkness until the darkness itself becomes light, and there is no longer a division between the two. As it is written in Genesis 1, and there was evening and there was morning one day. The eternal light, never going out, always there, reminds me of God's presence in the tabernacle, the sanctuary, and within ourselves. And we are responsible for this helping and supporting of others with our light. So in Yiddish, you say, find your Pintele Yid, which is a little Jewish spark, and let it shine forth today and always. And we say, Amen. Amen. We're going to continue with announcements. Aaron, yes, is going to do some announcements. Lots going on, so have a listen.
So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Both online and here. Wow, it is loud when you get here. It's noticeable when you're in the circles as opposed to right outside. It's really noticeable. So, of course, Purim is what we're going to be talking about mostly. So if you haven't picked up your box, pick it up. Don't walk out without it. We'll actually be checking you at the door. Make sure you picked it up. That's for any member, anybody who ordered that, please do that. For anybody online, or if you're watching this later on the recording, make sure that you do pick it up. I'm just going to look real quick. So, of course, Sunday we have the Purim Carnival. I'll go over that in a bit. That's one time to pick it up. That would be the morning and afternoon. And then before the Purim Spiel on Monday night, so make sure to pick those up then. So The more that are picked up, the less that have to be found and delivered. So please pick them up. But as we said, so starting Purim, 2 major events, Sunday and Monday. The kids' kind of holiday celebration begins at 10 o'clock on Sunday with the Megillah reading, and then looking forward to, my daughter's one of them in there, is the kids' spiel. First time I've done that in a few years, so really looking forward to that.
What's it based on?
It is based on Frozen, Disney Frozen. So, yes, so definitely come. So come in, if you do show up to that, come in costume, come ready to play, because right after that, at 11 o'clock, we'll be opening up the sanctuary for the Purim Carnival. So games, fun, and lunch is also provided at that. Let's see. So then, of course, I did get to see a little sneak peek because I'm running the sound. But the Purim spiel on Monday night, it's a hairspray Purim. It's going to be a ton of fun, as it always is. So either come in, and that is at 7 o'clock this Monday. So please join us in the sanctuary, or it will also be broadcast on YouTube and Facebook as well. So you can check it out there.
And our teens are going to be selling Hamantaschen after it on the way out. So bring
I
your
did not know that.
$5. They're $4 for $4. So bring a 5.
We're not making change, just bring 5.
I know living in lots of ones.
We'll see. Or just make the extra donation, okay? Let's see. So just want to, and then the next holiday coming up after that is of course, Passover, Pesach. And so it's really kind of a save the date, although you do need to register. We are coming back, again, it's been a few years, with our community Seder. It's always been done the second night of Passover, and that will be done this year, Thursday, April 6th, at 6 o'clock. So make sure it's in the Shabbat Shalom. I could read you the URL, but you're not going to remember it. But look in the Shabbat Shalom or on the website. You'll find the link there. Please, registration is required for that because, of course, it's a dinner as well. The Women's Seder is Saturday, April 8th. Again, look for that. You also need to register for that one. And again, don't forget the Mishlach Manot boxes. So Shabbat Shalom all.
Thank you. So we're going to move towards the conclusion of our service, beginning with Aleinu on page 282 and then 287. I'll ask you to rise and face east once more. Aleinu l'shaveh Latin Gedula Leontzer Reshit Shelo Asanu Kegoye Haratzot Velo Samanu Kemishmechot Adama Shelo Samkeinu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kevol Adonam V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim Lifnei Melech Malkei HaMelachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 287. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Please be seated. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 294. We pause to see if there are those that are observing first in the period of Shiva or Shloshim, somebody who has died in recent days or weeks. Yes?
Marsha Rowe Miller.
Thank you. And we're also in our community thinking in the period of Shloshim, Joshua Levy, husband of Louise Levy, and Carol Schoen, great aunt of Rabbi Karen Corbin. To their names, we add the names of those who we are honoring with Yahrzeit. And if you are observing Yahrzeit this evening, I invite you to rise. And we remember in our community Ethel Forbes Bloom, Sophie Brawl, Samuel Fingold, Julius Friedman, Gregory Golander, Boris Golan, Eileen Goodman, Fanny Gordon, Abraham Hermanson, Clyde Johnson, Pamela Kanitzer, Gwen Carter, Alfred Kartzman, Hyman Katz, Janet Katz, Sharon Kay, Dina Kleinman, Peggy Lasky, John Levine, William Mazoff, Rose Motola, Susan Person, Herb Plush, George Posner, Thomas Roderick, Samuel Rome, Rabbi Richard Rosenthal, David Simon, Sandy Sobel, Harry Steinfeld, Ariel Thal, Gabe Toriel, Dora Wolfson, Alan Wurtzweiler. For all of them, we say Zichronam Livracha, may they be remembered for blessing as we rise as a community to say the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadam, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabba, Be'amad, Yivrach, Yirteh, Be'amlif, Malchuteh, Be'chayekon, V'yomechon, U'v'chayek, V'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalah, U'v'zman Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Le'alam U'amei Amaya. Yitvarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitzadar V'yitzaleh V'yithalal Shemei V'isha B'richu Le'ela Minkol Birchata V'shirata Tush Berchata V'nechemata Damiran Be'amar V'yibru Amen. Yehei Shama Rabba Nishmaya V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Yiramav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Again, Zichronam Livracha, may their names and all that they gave on this earth be for a blessing, and we say, Amen. Please be seated. So a few thanks. Leslie Birnbaum, our Rabbi Emeritus, Rabbi Bruce Cadden, Aaron Peterson did both announcements and tech. The tech looks really good tonight. Security, thank you, Sean, and welcomers John Barnes and David Plastrick. And to all of you for being here on this Shabbat. It's wonderful to see you all. We're going to conclude with a Ein Kelohenu with Ladino in it, Non Como Nuestro Dio, on page 327. And I'm doing that because I'm teaching an adult ed class right now on Sephardic music. And we were actually singing this in class the other day. I was teaching it to another group of our community so that they can continue it to the next generation. So join with me, page 327. Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokeinu, Ein Kemoshinu, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. Mi Eloheinu, mi Kadonenu, mi Kemokeinu, mi Kemoshinu, quien como nuestro Dios, quien como nuestro Señor, quien como nuestro Rey, quien como nuestro Salvador. No de Eloheinu, no de Adonenu, no de Eloheinu, no de Eloheinu, lo haremos a nuestro Dios, lo haremos a nuestro Señor, lo haremos a nuestro Rey, lo oremos a vuestro Salvador. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonai, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshiachenu. Bendito vuestro Dios, bendito vuestro Señor, bendito vuestro Rey, bendito vuestro Salvador. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonai, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshiachenu. Tú sos nuestro Dios, tú sos nuestro Señor, tú sos nuestro Rey, tú sos nuestro Salvador. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to do Kiddush and Motzi. Kiddush is on page 5, blessing over the wine or the grape juice, and Motzi is on 302. And I'll ask you to rise, please. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei b'riach hamen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher qiddshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzanu v'shama'anu be'ahava u'ratzon hilchilanu zikaron le'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah le'mikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Iranu b'tavta v'otanu kinasha mikol ha'amim v'shamat koshecha be'ahava u'b'ratzon ilchatanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Hashem. So the Chayim. Join together for the blessing for challah, for sustenance. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. Shabbat Shalom. So please put your books back on the, over there on the cart. Thank you. And help yourself.